Welcome back to the Parlay Bros. We're at Smoke District. I'm Sean,
Oh, Kevin.
and we are
The
Parlay
Parlay
Bros. And it's cold in Tampa. It's like
A little
31
bit.
degrees. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we'll survive.
all right, we got some cool stuff to cover today. I kind of thought it'd be good to talk some NFL playoffs, what happened last
The
week.
wild card. What
Yeah.
a wild card that
Some
was.
great games.
That was amazing.
Yeah. So, want to kick us off?
Sure, let's start with the first game that we saw. Panthers lost 31, Rams won 34. They were in Carolina. They lost by 3. It was a good game.
Yeah. Some fun football to watch.
It was. They were giving you 10.5 points on Carolina, and they kept it close. At the end, they kind of pulled away. I think at the very end, but it was one of those games where I'm like, are we gonna watch the Rams lose to the Panthers again?
Yes, I know.
It
was crazy.
It was intense. It was fun to watch, but that was your kickoff. Second game we had was my favorite. So I remember being at somewhere at a sports bar and watching the Bears take on the Packers at home and thinking at halftime this game is over. It just didn't feel like the momentum was there, but like a huge football fan I am, I had to stick around and stick it out, and that second half was unbelievable. And it wasn't even like, okay, they started early. No, it was the fourth quarter. They scored 25 points in the fourth quarter to win the game.
Yeah, I think at one point there was only a 9% chance that the Bears would win. I mean, it was over.
Yeah.
Statistically, no chance. And they just started piecing it back. I mean, kudos to Caleb Williams and the team for hanging in there and just battling. It's easy to be like, well, that's the end of that.
That's what I took away from that game. What I took away most from that game was Caleb just was frustrated, but he never gave up.
Yeah.
He had this resilient, just keep on grinding it, and the fact that they were able to kind of come back and I'll never forget this play because it sticks out the most. It was a fourth down play. I'm like, okay, they need to convert this over. It was 4th and 8. And he's peeling out of the pocket. He's about to go down and get sacked. Right before he gets to his knees, he just lodges his ball, and then it's a first down. And I'm like, this is incredible. Caleb does not give up.
He doesn't.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
No, that was awesome. And I think my theory is always when you have games like that where you're your season's kind of over, you battle back. You're just that's such a mental edge for the next week because you just went through the whole thing, and it's I feel like some of the pressure's off too. You could argue we shouldn't even be here right now. So it's let's just take the most of this.
It was incredible. My favorite statistic was they played 3 times this season, 2 times regular season, as we know, they're division rivals, and the Bears won 2 out of 3. In neither one of those 3 in any game have they had a lead.
Really?
They didn't have a.
Oh
they
my
said
gosh.
sorry, not a lead. Obviously, you have to have a lead to win, but they didn't have a lead during the game, a lead drive, basically.
Yeah.
So it was always
until they won.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was it.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. The Rams in Chicago.
Yeah, I know. Such a close game.
And the line's at 4 for the Rams, of course, but that's going to be a good game to watch.
Weather's going to be a lot.
I want to know how the Rams will play in that weather. It's going to be cold, very cold outside.
Yep.
Just basically I mean, it's kind of like the style of football that Chicago, plays to.
This is exactly what they want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that wind coming off the Great Lakes is no joke.
Yep.
No joke.
Nope. I agree. So what about Sunday? So that recaps Saturday. We still have Sunday. So we had, to kick us off, we had the Bills playing the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
That game was close.
Yeah, we took the Jags.
We did take the Jags, so we were wrong. We were on the wrong side of that.
But it was a pick 'em.
It was
in the end.
It was a 1-point game.
Yeah.
I had Jacksonville too, and I thought they were going to win. It was second
Duval.
They were looking pretty good. Lawrence was slinging. I was like, okay, the defense played great, and then Josh Allen took some hard hits too.
It was Josh Allen carrying that team is why they won. If anyone else is there, that game is completely one-sided. It's Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things.
Yeah.
He did get banged up during the game. You saw him get pulled, and I'm like, and when he got pulled, I'm like, okay, I just kind of leaned a little bit. I was like, okay, this might be it. At this point, you can't, if you're hurt the way he was hurt, it hurt him to throw, it just hurt his body, everything about it, and they still won.
Yeah.
They play on a short week because they play Sunday, they play Saturday. against the Broncos.
Yep, at Denver.
Yep.
Yeah,
At
and
Denver.
I
Against
saw
the division leaders.
the throw where Allen was coming down and his hand hit the helmet of his offensive lineman. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
There's a lot going on
But
there.
then, like, that same drive, I think it was 4th and 2 on the goal line, and Allen up the middle, the entire pocket moved. I'm like, that guy is just like, his willpower. It's
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, no. It's honestly, I think I heard it and I agree with it. Now that I saw it, they do the tush push or the brotherly shove better than Philly.
Yeah.
They have this this penetration and they move the line more than anyone else. Speaking of the tush push, how about the 49ers beating the Eagles at home?
Yeah. Man, that was crazy.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. No, that was interesting. I mean, it's going to be a wild next weekend.
I watched that game at a Philly bar. Tampa Joe, shout out Tampa Joe's, Philadelphia, Philly of the South. Great. If you're an Eagles fan, that sports bar is always packed.
Where is that?
And always packing. So right there next to AMC off of
oh, I know right where that is. Yeah, on Limeball.
right there off of Limeball. Anderson, thank you.
Yeah,
That was the A word. Yeah, right next to the vet. They
Great
packed.
wings.
The Great Wings. They packed that place up for every Philly game.
I did not know that. That's
when
cool.
they were when they had the Super Bowl there, that place was jamming. They closed off some of the parking, and at that point, it was just massive.
I did not know that's a Phillies place. That's
Absolutely,
cool. Yeah,
dude.
I love that theater.
To give you an example, I went to Thomas Pete's. Shout out Thomas Pete's, great food there. And I watched the Bills game there, and then I went out to Tampa Joe's to watch the Philly game. And man, they are allowed every first down, every touchdown. You're hearing the Fight Eagle song. It's just fun to watch.
They're
So,
fans.
what's that?
They're passionate
oh my
fans.
God, the most passionate fans. So to see them come down and lose that game
At home. Too.
at home, that
yeah.
was kind of rough. But I mean, it's football. This is what we live for.
I know.
The excitement, like you don't really know what's gonna happen, but you can watch it.
Yep.
I love that kind of entertainment.
I love
man.
too. I love the matchup piece, right?
Yeah.
So then, what was the next game was New England.
New England took on the Chargers.
Yep.
Mhm.
That was
then-
in New England, I think.
That was in New England,
Yep.
and New England did what I kind of felt in my heart to heart they would. Like I know it's funny because they were favored, and then the points are kind of coming back the other way. I'm like, no, I just feel like this is still the right side.
Yeah.
They're rested. They had all these things going on, and yeah, they won the game. So I think it was like 16-3. So the Chargers only got away a field goal. So
Eesh.
yep.
Yeah.
So now we have pretty much the divisional game now.
The
right?
table is set.
The table is set. We have 8 teams, only 2.
Wait, we forgot one more game.
Which game?
Houston and Pittsburgh.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah.
Monday night. No, let's talk about that. Thank you.
Yes.
I thought that game was close to the chest until it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's how that gets.
Until
It
It
got
looks
away.
away
It
with-
got away.
So it really showed you that defense, man. Like I think there's 0 touchdowns on Pittsburgh, because that defense on Houston is just so good. And then CJ was able to kind of make some plays and do some things, but I think he caused like 3 or 4 turnovers just to snap, and it was just so much colder than what he was used to handling
Yeah,
the ball
right.
that it was like his fingers were
Yeah.
frozen stiff. He was like, oh, that was
Yeah.
ready. Or like snaps would happen before he was ready. A lot
Yeah.
of weird mess ups there.
So I don't know if any of you guys have worked in a kitchen, like a restaurant before.
Okay.
Have you ever worked at a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I used to work at a restaurant, and so I'd have to go into we had like this big commercial, like the size of this area, this big commercial freezer
Yeah.
to get vegetables and like dressings and stuff. And like you walk in there and it's just like really cold. You're in an industrial fridge.
Yes.
I kind of feel like they're used to playing games like in their nice
Dome.
Dome.
That's again,
Dome.
Dome
and
in
then you
Houston.
walk into the industrial food fridge and you're playing football in there. And it's just wild, right? You got the wind. Like this game in Chicago is going to be bonkers. I can't wait. I love watching late NFL
Yep.
season, playoff games when it's like snowing, cold.
No, that game too. Woody Marks ran the ball pretty well. I think he was like lead rusher in that game. The only thing that was kind of wild was Nico Collins went out with a concussion that game. So I don't think he's playing the next game, which
Right.
means you have the leading receiver down.
Mhm.
You know who stepped up in that receiver core? Christian Kirk.
Really?
Captain Kirk.
Whoa.
Come out of nowhere.
Alive.
He's still alive and thriving, baby, because he's looked good. His receiving prop, you want to guess what it was?
For yards or receiving?
Yards receiving.
I'd say
40.
25.
20.
20.
20 yards. Got that. You know how many yards he got?
I'm
80.
65.
120.
Whoa.
Or 140. It was over 100. He cleared it by miles.
Wow.
Like, so in my honest opinion, the thing is, like, the other receiver that, if it's not Nico Collins, because he's the 10-year receiver, it would have been Jaden Higgins. The problem is he's a rookie, so I don't know how much you want to lean into that. They didn't target Schultz as much as I would have wanted. So I think Kirk's kind of the main guy there again. I think his receiving yards propped up to like 40-ish, but they are playing Patriots, and the Patriots have a good defense, and they're in Foxborough,
And
That's
it's cold.
Yeah.
I think I even heard in one of the other podcasts, because we listen to the podcasts and stuff like that.
Sure.
They were talking about like after watching that game, would you go to Mr. Mills, the quarterback, as the backup to kind of make sure that the ball's controlled? Because like your defense kept you in that game, and I don't think they were like at half. They were ahead by barely like a point or two. Like it wasn't like a big pull away. It wasn't until the third or fourth quarter, second half, where they really kind of pulled away and stuff. So I'm kind of wondering, is it Daniel Mills? He's got a really long neck. The Mills. Anyway, last name Mills. That's the quarterback. That's the backup. I wonder if he goes in that game for him, but I don't think it'll happen to start. We'll see how the game kind of flow goes and stuff like that too. But to think that's a talk when you're in this late of the season is kind of wild to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be awesome. What do you got for picks? You guys got picks for next week?
Oh, absolutely got
Yeah.
picks. So we got divisional games. You want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. So
There's not many games. You want to go through each of the games, or you want to go through
we can
picks?
just go through the games.
Let's
And
do
I'll
it.
give you my picks.
Go
Let's
for it.
do that.
Okay.
Do your picks. We'll talk.
So I guess the first game that I would start out with is San Francisco in Seattle.
Love that game.
So this is a rematch. They played 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Seattle has had a week off,
Yep.
and I'm going with San Fran at +7 right now.
Okay.
+7. Okay.
So it's a very big line. I know last time they lost by 10, but it was a really low scoring game.
Yep.
Or they lost by 13 because they only got a field goal, right?
Mm.
So it was a really low scoring game, and I just feel like Christian McCaffrey is just eating up all those souls, and he's carrying that team, man.
He's a reaper, man.
Yeah, so like I don't know if they'll win, but I feel like it'll be close.
You feel more comfortable with them like having the chance to win, and if not, at least keeping it close.
Yeah.
Did you see who's also out for that game now?
No.
George Kittle.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a rough injury. Last
Yep, it was during the game, and he got carted off, and
Yeah.
I think he asked the owner. The owners were like, "Hey, what do you want? Like, anything we can get you."
Tequila.
Tequila, you heard that?
I heard
Let's
that.
go.
Now is he out for not out for the season, just out for a week?
He's out for a bit. He's definitely he's not in the playoffs anymore now at this point. For sure.
I saw the
if he's
injury was
playing
bad.
again, it'll be the Super Bowl if they go.
Yeah.
So,
All right. What do you think
7-point
about
dog.
that game?
My favorite play, because I do agree, 7 is a lot to kind of to take there.
This late in the season.
I do think Seattle's going to win that game.
I
feel like my heart
they're
to
going
heart,
to win too.
it won't be that much. My favorite play in that game, though, is Sam Darnold to throw 2 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
What do you think that line is?
Sam Donald will throw 2. I would say like 160,
Minus 115.
115.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a really good bet.
That's
for
a
me.
good bet.
It's that San Fran defense.
It is,
You
but
know,
But that's not a crazy amount of touchdowns.
and it's
but
it's
if you
2
think
passing
about
touchdowns.
it,
Yeah.
they held them to 1 touchdown when they played 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
That's true. That's good.
So that's like it's the playoffs. Sam Darnold, he's gonna try his hardest.
Mhm. No, I agree. I mean, I get it. Like,
hopefully he doesn't Sam Darnold.
So Sam Darnold of the past, correct? You know
Is
what's
it
funny?
Roy Munson himself?
Yeah,
It's funny because a good friend of mine, we were talking about. He's like, "Have you seen? Remember Sam Darnold in Minnesota?" I was like, "Yeah, he had a great season, and you go into almost the playoffs. They lose the game before the playoffs to the Lions, and they play in the playoffs and they lose to the Lions, and then Sam Darnold themselves." The thing about it was too, like, and I made this analogy. I said, so now Sam Darnold is out of the Vikings, right? Now you have McCarthy.
Mhm.
Did they go to the playoffs?
No.
Was it? I mean,
So that's the other factor too. Like when he played for the Vikings, he knew he was going to be out. He knew they were waiting for JJ McCarthy.
Yep.
Like
to grow up.
yeah,
to
and
heal as well.
so like he knew that it wasn't going to be like his last chance.
Yeah.
Right. He knew he was going to go somewhere good. He knew he was going to be with a good team, and he's playing. He played better than he played last year. This year, so that there is that, and I do think they're going to win. I think that too. It's tough for me to take his touchdowns though.
It's gonna be a
Personally.
fun game to watch.
I'm on the touchdowns.
I'm gonna root for him.
Yeah.
So you're taking you like the 2 touchdowns, and you also like San Fran to cover, but you like Seattle to win.
So I do think Seattle will win. It's funny because so the 2 games that stick out to me the most is this one and then the one on Sunday at 3:30, which is Patriots host Texans.
Mhm.
I think the Patriots will win that game.
Yeah.
The line ticked over just a little bit to where I'm not 100% comfortable with
Like
3.5.
Yeah.
So that hook kind of gets you. So if I money line Seattle and then I money lined Patriots, it's plus 102.
Uh-huh.
So I like that. So like if I had to do that, I would just take those 2 straight up money lines because I think they'll win.
Yep.
And then for a separate bet, yes, I do think Darnold will still pass 2 touchdowns. I've watched teams that had no business just getting away with one on a flat screen, earn some busted coverage.
Totally. Yeah,
2 touchdowns. You have 60 minutes of football to get 2 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And you know what also they could do? He could be in shotgun and do one of these guys.
Fucking
They just
shovel.
chuck it, and that's a little
shovel to Charbonnet.
That little end around.
I think that'll happen too.
All right, I'm creating a little parlay. So I got Donald 2 TDs.
Mm-hmm.
I got Seattle money line, New England money line. What other games we got?
So then so the game you talked about. So the first game, by the way, for this divisional game is the Bills are playing in Denver. That's your Saturday 4:30 game.
Saturday, yep.
I like Denver. It's funny. So it opened up as Denver was the dog by a point. Bills were the favorite, and then it closed with it's currently at 1 or 1.5 points. Denver's the favorite.
Yeah, it's still a 1.
I hate being this person. I'm sorry, y'all. That feels like I'm always oppo Josh Allen. The only reason I think the Denver right now is their defense. He looked banged up.
Yeah,
we
he's
can't
definitely
keep masking this.
Nope, and it's at home.
It's
You're in
Denver.
Mile high.
You're going a mile high.
Going to West Coast.
You played Sunday night or Sunday. Then now you're flying and you're playing Saturday.
Yep.
You don't have much rest. You don't have Gabe Davis as a receiver. Not saying he was a prolific wide receiver this season because he hasn't been, but you're missing a receiver. So you have to lean in on the receivers that you have.
Yeah.
James Cook, his rush line is 63.5. I don't think he's going to get there. Not on that Denver. So
Denver defense.
You're removing things from Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Well, and it can't just be the Josh Allen show, even though it always is.
It's just Josh
right?
Allen.
But
he's human at some point.
If he got banged up a little bit this past weekend, then it's gonna.
It'll show. And who's the backup for the Bills?
They have a backup.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't even know who
Not
it
allowed.
is. So
I wonder what the rushing yard prop would be for Allen.
30-something yards.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know. He's kind of banged up.
That's
though.
the point. I'd actually honestly consider the under, but I mean, if he leans into it and just kind of, I'm just afraid of a big hit. If you see a couple big hits on Josh directly, I don't know.
I could see him going out in the first few series, and then the whole game's different.
Mm-hmm.
So we like Denver money line.
I am on Denver. So right now it's minus 115 money line.
Yeah.
All right, so there's that, and then the night game. Let me look at this real quick. You have so they did it to where Saturday you have the division spots, right? Whoever had the bye is playing.
Yeah.
So then the next game is the 49ers playing Seattle.
Yeah.
And for that we talk about that game.
Yeah.
Then we go into Sunday. The early games are Texans at Patriots.
Yep.
I like the Patriots.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the Patriots.
I don't love the 3.5, though I do think they can cover. But if you want to be safe, I don't blame you. Minus 180 is the money line for the Patriots.
Yeah.
And then the last game we have on the dock, Rams at Chicago.
Yeah. Ooh.
4.5 point dog. Rams are favored.
The Rams are favorite.
Is it 4.5 now? Earlier it was 4. So
it's like 4.5. It's like as soon as money comes in, it just kind of moves a little bit. So Sunday, who do you got for that game?
So, at the 4 points, I kind of like taking Chicago on the points there, but I'm not gonna actually. I'm going for a player prop on this one.
Okay.
I actually like Devontae Adams at 54.5 receiving yards.
I like it.
I like taking the over on that. It's gonna be a good game. It's supposed to be 49 points is the over under.
I think so.
And
a lot
of points. So I feel like Devontae Adams is going to be really used. Well, I mean, like he has all season. He's been a real staple for the Rams for Matt Stafford when
Him and Puka.
yeah, whenever Puka is like
Double covered?
double covered,
Yeah.
yeah, Devontae's right there for him. So I feel like that's going to be a lot of this game.
Mm-hmm.
It is tough to even at 4 points. It's tough taking Chicago because they can't just come back in the fourth quarter.
No.
You
All
can't
the
give
time.
you can't give them a lead.
Yeah.
I will say this. I agree with you for one thing. After watching that game Saturday, I have become a Bear lever.
Yeah.
I'm a Bear lever.
All
And the
right.
Bears, they have this thing with with little comeback. I'm somewhat tempted to take them, and I'll only say this because
To
like
win money line or just the cover?
I mean, I would take the points, but honestly, if they won, if you woke me up Monday and said, "Hey man, you fell asleep, you know who won?" and you said the Bears, I'd be like, "That's amazing." Like,
Yeah.
I kind of believe it.
Yeah.
And it just goes down to like his will to not want to just like give up
Yeah.
is incredible. Like he plays every single quarter. Caleb Williams does. Do I think in my heart they could actually win? No, I don't think they can win the game. So at that point, I guess you could say, give me the points. But if the Rams covered again, I wake up Monday, I'm like, I kind of see that.
Yeah.
I'll
So
take Chicago with the points.
I mean, honestly, you're not bad. You're at 4, so you have more than a field goal.
Yeah.
And you're
it
playing
is going to
Chicago.
be a cold game.
It's going to be
Yeah,
cold. I don't know.
Super cold game.
We're going to see. I think hailing the ball in this cold weather becomes more challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can kind of see how that goes and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it'll be fun to watch.
That's going to be a really fun game to watch because they have the whole like Chicago, Soldier Field, freezing cold, California team. That's going to be awesome.
In my heart to heart, though, if I'm going to be honest with you and the fans, I want Chicago to win that game.
I
They
do too.
deserve it.
I
The
do
fans
too.
are ready for
It'd be a
it.
great
Yeah.
story.
It would be such a great story.
Yeah.
I like Swift. I like the other running back. I can't think of his name right now.
Manungai.
Manungai.
Yeah.
DJ Moore's there. You have I can't think of is Roma Dunze still playing? Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah,
Loveland will be
still
featured.
there.
Whatever Loveland's receiving prop is, I would definitely take it.
I actually thought about taking the DeAndre Swift anytime.
Did you? I
Yeah,
can see that.
It's like plus 115 right now.
Yeah.
Portland, anytime touchdoam.
I
Cortland
thought about
Cortland
I'm
Loveland.
doing it.
Cortland Loveland has become
Cortland Sutton.
no, Loveland. Am I saying it wrong? The tight end, the rookie.
Oh yeah. Cole Loveland, right?
So Loveland.
Loveland.
He has become very dependent of him. Not moved away from Komet, moved over to Loveland, and it makes sense because the kid can ball. He can catch the ball. He can do what he needs to do with that. So I definitely like him for receiving props, for sure.
Yeah.
So those are the games. Now,
All
real
the
quick,
games.
let's do this exercise because I was thinking about this. So Monday, you wake up, you have these teams. Who do we see going to the next round? So how about just pick 2 teams within the divisions, right? AFC, NFC.
Pick teams to win their divisions?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's probably going to be Seattle and New England.
So I was thinking Seattle. So we're on the same track there.
Yeah.
Which if you take Seattle to win the Super Bowl, it's plus 250, 265,
Okay.
something like that currently, which I like thinking about holding that ticket now. And then the other side that I play the scenario was Broncos, then it'd be Broncos Patriots, and then who wins that game. And I kind of put Broncos there because of that defense, but I could be wrong. Regardless, I still put you at, I still put it at Seattle. So Seattle Broncos, Seattle Patriots.
Yeah.
It's who I'm thinking will
That's
be
what
in
I
the
had
Super
too.
Bowl.
Denver and Seattle.
So
That'd be a fun Super Bowl.
So if Denver goes, to the AFC Championship game, they're playing in Denver, right? Because they had the top seed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be a little tough.
Yeah, Denver will host, and then so Seattle hosts
Yeah.
as
Who
well.
would win that game?
Between those two, who's winning the Super Bowl?
That's what I'm asking. If it's Denver, Seattle, because we could do a little prop,
I'd pick
a little
Seattle.
future. We could do a future.
Both ways.
I kind of would too.
Yeah.
Like
So
if
Seattle?
Darnold and Darnold himself, then yeah, I would take it.
Whether
Man.
it's Denver or New England, I'd take
So I
Seattle.
wonder if Seattle is like plus 300 to win the Super Bowl.
Right now, it's like plus 250.
250 might be kind of
Yeah.
a fun.
So
I think they're the favorites, aren't they?
they are the favorite to win the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. So remember this though: whoever plays, not saying that Seattle has a home field advantage because they're playing in Santa Clara, which is the West Coast, but technically you are flying from wherever you are to the West Coast.
Yeah.
So technically you are playing on the West Coast. So I do kind of like it. I was bringing that up because I kind of want to hold a Super Bowl ticket before this week kicks off.
Oh, okay.
As you know, the odds will kind of shorten a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the thought I had when it comes to that.
That's kind of fun to have a team to root for.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so
having a team to root for. Who
I
you
mean,
rooting for?
that's a segue, right?
You're Canes, huh?
Go you.
Man, that game was crazy with Ole Miss.
Dude, that was nuts. I mean, this is getting wild. First of all, we watched together the Indiana-Oregon game, which is,
massacre.
man.
It was
First of all,
bananas.
talk about a really terrible way to start a game.
Pick six?
Pick's first play of the game, they ran like a 10-yard out, and Indiana jumped all over that. It's almost like they were more ready for the play than Oregon was. Pick six. I think Oregon was just blinked and it was 7-0, and then the crowd was nuts. They just manhandled that game. So scary for the Canes. However, there's just so much like love for Indiana. I mean, like I know they had a Cinderella season. It's really been cool, and I'm not a hater. I think it's been cool to watch. I like Mendoza. It's just been it's fun to see how they constructed that team. They did something different. They didn't go after all these like 4 or 5 stars. Of course, they tried. They just can't recruit those guys. But what's cool is that they went for these like 24, these 5th, 6th-year seniors. The average age of the Hoosiers is like 23. Which, if you think about it, if you're a 5-star kid, 4-star kid, you're 18 years old.
Yeah.
So these are like kind of like men versus boys in a way. I mean, like, so Miami has more talent, more stars. Indiana has more maturity, older players that are like in their 23, 24, more physical prime. So I actually like Miami to win straight up. I think they win that game. Obviously, I have a big futures ticket on it. So does Ryan. But the line is 8.5, and I feel like not only was Miami almost not going to get into the playoff, but then they battled their way through. And if they play as well as they did against Ohio State, they will win this game. If you watch the tape between Indiana versus Ohio State, Indiana, that game went to overtime. They won by 3. Same teams a couple weeks later, Miami played Ohio State, and they physically bullied them all over the field. So if that team shows up, they win. If the team that played Ole Miss shows up with the dropped interceptions, drop passes, tons of penalties, they lose. So I think it all comes down to like what's up here. Like, can these guys focus, dial in, don't make stupid mistakes, don't drop 3 interceptions, which they did in the Ole Miss game. I mean, one of the interceptions, 3 dudes had a chance to catch it, and they were all bobbling it together. And I'm like, catch the ball. So at 8.5, if you want to be safe, you could just take Miami with the points. I feel really good about them covering. I'm like 85% chance they'll cover. I'm like 51% that they win. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a coin toss, but what do you guys think about this game? It's going to be fun to watch Monday night.
It is.
What storyline?
It is. So when I was watching the Pittsburgh Steelers play Houston, I was at Glory Days, and I ran into 2 guys. One was a big Patriots fan. The other gentleman was just kind of cheering on the Houston against his buddy, like a fun little sports thing that they kind of do. He asked me, he looked at me, he goes, "Who you got win the Natty?" And I said Indiana. I was like, "I have a futures ticket." He goes, "Boo!" I'm like, "Okay, Hurricanes fan." He's like, "Yeah, nice guy. Name's Gavin." And so I told him I'd bring him up today because he's a subscriber,
Thank you, Gavin.
Guys, which I appreciate. Yeah. So I told him I'd bring the game up, and I'm like, and I still like Indiana to win it. 8.5 is getting kind of crazy. I mean, for national championship,
that's a lot.
It's a lot of points.
And it's in Miami.
And it is. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't they have like X amount of like seats or tickets per team?
That is true.
Like 40, we'll call it. Whatever
They do.
Have you.
There's a segment of the tickets are for corporate. All the corporate sponsors, corporate tickets. Each team's allotted a certain amount of tickets. So I'm not expecting this to be like a huge showing for Miami.
Yeah.
But what I think is important is that they get to use their own University of Miami facilities, their own weight room. They will stay at the hotel that was designated for this tournament, but just being in your own city, there's no flights, there's no travel.
Yeah.
I do think that helps a little bit. Just the overall aura of like that town's fired up. I just can't wait to watch this game. That's why I love sports in general, especially football. It's so fun to see the storylines and then all the hype and all the wondering, and then you get to just see what happens. So we'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami pulls it off or if it's a close game. And all these people who are just like, it's over, Indiana won, perfect season. Hold on, don't go so fast. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So
The one thing I noticed
Yeah.
about the game, Indiana versus Ole Miss, watching that, I'm sorry, Miami versus Ole Miss was just Carson Beck just seemed like he was inaccurate. That was my biggest takeaway
he did
from
not
that
have a
game.
great game.
He did not have a great game. It was the receivers making those catches. It wasn't so much him.
Mhm.
Kind of a
Um,
miraculous finish.
yeah.
I mean, fourth quarter they needed that touchdown to
Oh,
win
dude,
the game. That was insane.
I was watching it on my phone, and it was like, yeah, it was whoever had the ball last one, basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about that game. Very different than the Indiana game
Totally
versus
different.
Oregon. They just dominated since the beginning. I think it was 25 or 24 or something to like 3 or something like that. It was not pretty.
It's like, you guys remember those old Magic 8 balls
Yeah.
where you shake them up, and it's like you don't know what you're going to get? I kind of feel like Miami's like that, because when you shake them up, you're like, dominates Ohio State. Okay. Barely beats Ole Miss, tons of mistakes. Smoking every team. SMU loses. Louisville loses. Like, what is up with this team? It's just very, like, they're a Magic 8 ball team. So what makes it fun is, like, we'll see what happens. They could bully Indiana, or they could lose. It just depends on what they do up here, and if they can keep it together.
I mean, it's basically going to come down at the end. It's going to be Fernando Mendoza versus Carson Beck. That's all. That's who you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My hope is that the defense just goes nuts, goes all over Mendoza, and he hasn't seen this kind of pressure. The blitz packages come in too fast, and that he's forced to make mistakes or sacks and gets into long third
You know
downs.
what play I kind of like now that we talk about, if we want to talk defenses? What about under 47.5?
Yeah, I put that down as the under. Yeah, I mean, this might be like a 21-14. Could be something like that. That kind of a score. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Miami, because they have a good running attack and they have a behemoth offensive line, when they get the ball, they are just going to punch it. I mean, they're looking for like military academy type drives where it's like 7-8 minute drives,
Yeah.
where it's like 3rd and 2, first down. Then a little couple passes, 3rd and 2, first down.
Yeah.
The clock's just ticking because they want to keep the ball out of Mendoza's hands. So I like the under. I like Miami plus 8.5. So that's my take.
I could see that.
Did you have NHL you want to cover or anything else?
Yeah, so now
got some
for
hoops
my
too.
weekly segment of football is almost over.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
I have a little bit of that
into
too.
a different sport. So I was looking at tomorrow's game. The Lightning are playing in St. Louis. They're playing the Blues. The Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Blues. So I want to take Tampa Bay, and I will take Tampa Bay to win, excluding overtime. So if you look at the bets for hockey, they have the regular money line where they win including overtime. That's at
Oh.
minus 180. But I want to take it excluding overtime at minus 115.
I think that's under the game specials, correct?
Yeah, it's under the specials. You may have to search for it. But the last time that they met, Tampa Bay won 4-1. And Tampa Bay is on an 11-game winning streak right
11
now.
games straight.
Winning
They're hot.
streak, like not tying.
No, winning
Win.
streak. They have. I think they think that this ties their 2020 record of 11 winning streak. So
Yeah.
when they win tomorrow, this would basically defeat that.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
pretty cool.
now we know, all streaks must come to an end at some
Yeah.
point. But tomorrow's game, I feel pretty good about because the Blues are 18-21, 18-21-8, and Tampa Bay now with those 11 games is 29-13-3.
Mm-hmm.
And Tampa Bay has a 17-4-3 record away.
Wow.
So they're doing really well. And St. Louis has an 11-9-5 record
I
at
like
home.
those stats, Scott.
Yeah. So I actually feel comfortable taking that one for my my football is almost over pick of the week.
Like it.
Well, think about this. I like that. Think of the psychology of it, right? The players know if we get one more win, we set the all-time franchise record for win streaks.
Yeah.
Once they do that, so that's good for them. If they do it, could be a little bit of a hangover effect.
Yeah.
Now that they did it,
So
all
they
streaks come to
feel
an
like
end.
they can rest
All streaks come to an end.
And then they play Dallas on Sunday.
in Dallas.
So if you do that, I love it. So if when they win, right? That's the plan. When they win on Friday, you maybe consider fading them on Sunday because at that point that'll put you at game 12 this Friday tomorrow.
Ooh, I
and
like
then
this.
Sunday puts you at 13. You fade them because at that point their away is they're going from Utah to
St. Louis.
St. Louis
to
to
Dallas.
then Dallas, the Stars. So.
Yeah, and the puck line will probably be the same as it is for this game at 1.5.
Yep. No, I like that idea.
And when you do the no overtime on both games?
I'd probably do the puck line on Dallas because it'll probably be plus 1.5.
Okay.
So like Tampa Bay will probably be favored.
Awesome. Anything else? You got basketball or anything?
No, I haven't. I mean, I've been kind of following the NBA a little bit as far as what's going on, but I don't have any plays for any games that are coming up. Good to see that the Oklahoma City Thunder can beat San Antonio, even though they lost the first 3 matchups. This was their 4th, and they were giving San Antonio 9.5, which is a lot of points, and they flew right over that. So yeah, no, it's I'm following it. It's been fun to kind of just see what's been going on out there.
Yeah, you guys got to join in on my segment.
I got one. I have one.
You got one for
us?
us? What you got for us, man?
This is the floor.
No,
I
appreciate
one last
you.
thing before we wrap up. So this is just a silly play. If you got $15 in your account and you want to goof around, I was messing around later this afternoon. If you take every college basketball favorite to win their conference.
Okay.
So I'll give you a quick rundown. So for the American, that's USF. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
They're the favorite. For the SEC, Vanderbilt is the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Big East is UConn. Big 12 is Arizona. Big 10 is Michigan with Purdue kind of close. ACC is Duke. For the Mountain West, it's Utah State. For Mid-America, it's Miami, Ohio. And for the Atlantic 10, it's St. Louis. If you pick all of those favorites to win their conference, a $15 bet pays $2,235.
Nice.
It's a long shot and a Hail Mary, but if you're looking for something, just for me, like a lot of my bets are just for entertainment purposes only. And, these kind are. So kind of like throwing a futures ticket on Miami. I'm pretty vested in that game. I'll be watching every play. For this, if some of these teams can win the conference, and it gets down to like Duke winning theirs in the ACC, it'll be fun to watch those games. Whereas I may not be that interested if St. Louis wins the Atlantic 10.
Yeah.
If that's the last thing on TV, I'll be watching every play. So,
but the good thing about making bets like that too is it kind of forces you to pay more attention.
Exactly.
Like we're gonna be coming up to March Madness really quickly.
I cannot wait.
Yeah. Right. I know. So I mean, like, this is a fun bet. So if you're looking to just kind of get, $2,200 would be amazing to win on a $15 bet. Will it hit? Odds are very low, but gives you something to keep an eye on.
We were, it's funny, so the last time we did this, we were watching the Georgia take on Florida, take on the Gators.
I remember that, yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, this looks good. At half, it looked great. We take the points, it's amazing. Second half, man, I tell you what, Florida, the size advantage was just there, visibly.
Yeah.
Rebounds and those second shots and everything there.
Yeah, Georgia just could not get enough
rebounds. I looked at the size there, and at that point, I think I learned a lesson again from. I forgot this. It was kind of watching tape on the players before you make that bet because you visibly see the size disadvantage. And I remember that one time when we bet on Princeton against I forget who, and they got rolled.
Was that in Biloxi?
That was in Biloxi.
Oh my God!
We did that bet against.
That was hilarious.
We bet on Princeton. I'm like, wait,
who are these dudes?
Who are these guys? I'm like, this we bet on? This is the last leg of our parlay?
It looked like my high school basketball team.
It looked so bad.
It wasn't very diverse. It was a very small lineup. We're like, who are these nerds?
That's right.
Yeah, that was wild.
It was wild. So
that was the same night we watched a UFC fight. It was 2 women fighting, and we didn't know anything about the fighters. So our rule was, whoever looks meaner, whoever has more tattoos has to be tougher. That didn't work well.
Yeah. Last week's basketall pick, they not great.
It's all good.
Florida ran away with it.
It's fun, man. There's so many teams.
Yeah.
There's so many teams.
Well, the thing that made me mad last week. The thing that made me mad last week was the West Virginia game. I took them at -2.5. They won by 2.
Oh, the hook got you.
The worst.
You got hooked.
I heard someone talking about a basketball loss they had a few weeks ago where they had the under, and the game went to double overtime, and they lost, but barely. It took 2 overtimes to get the over.
Yeah,
they had the under.
That is the worst.
So it's like, you get through the whole game. Okay, overtime, still made it.
Somebody win.
I'm like,
right?
So. All right, that's enough for us. Anything else you guys got?
We're good, man. I'm excited about division football and national championship.
Yeah.
We're going to start segueing into some other sports, so I'm excited about doing some research on that. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Enjoy the games. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
See you later.